Obviously, we didn't run the ball like we want to, but to be honest with you, that wasn't part of the game plan. You know, we wanted to see if we could throw the ball some, move it around. I would have liked to have ran it better with the one offense, which we didn't do, which we have to improve on and we have to be better at. But there were some challenges that we limited the coordinators and we limited the offense with those opportunities. But the best thing that happened is you got an opportunity to see quarterbacks try to work the 2-minute drill. That so many of our games come down to, and critical situations, whether it's using timeouts, opportunities to win the game, and that excited me. And I thought the defense really played hard. Didn't always tackle well, got some balls thrown over our head, but they really competed and challenged each other more than maybe we had done earlier in the spring. So overall, I was pleased with the day, excited about the growth of our team. I really saw some players getting better throughout the entire spring, so I was excited for that. But I'll open it up.
Coach, you alluded to this coming into the game, but you know the number 2 quarterback is going against the number 2 defense. Jake Fromm really looked good today, I thought. Can you put that in perspective as to how good he looked, and then assess both quarterbacks?
Well, I'd like to reserve judgment until I get a tape, but I know you won't get a chance to hit me with that again. So, I mean, just watching out there, he managed the pocket well. There were 2 times that, you know, Steve Shaw and I discussed it probably was a sack. It might have been drive killers. DeAndre Walker got back there a couple times, and it probably was a sack. But, hey, it's part of it. We're not playing live. Maybe he would have missed him and the guy would have escaped. But he's kind of done that in the 2 scrimmages we've had. He's made some good throws. He understands the game. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. He sees people open. So, you know, early in the game, he came out firing the ball and made some good hitch throws, and a couple of his receivers broke some tackles for him. So, I've been pleased with his growth, and I think he's got to continue to do that.
Coach, you talking about the receivers and the passing game and all that. How pleased were you with guys like J.J. Holloman, freshman, early enrollee? He made some pretty cool grabs today.
Yeah, he did. You know, JJ's had a up and down spring. He's been consistent in his effort and his toughness, but he's had some battles, sometimes catching it, and I thought today he did a great job. What a great kid. For him to get rewarded with a good day is really good because he worked all spring. Tyler Simmons is another guy. He goes out and works his tail off all spring, and he's they got a little rapport going with Fromm because they've worked with him so much during the spring, from timing and things like that. So I thought that those wideouts caught the ball well. We did not, you know, play a lot of coverage multiples. We simplified it and just tried to let the kids play. Probably put more limitations on the defense than we did on the offense as far as what we were going to do. But it was exciting to see some balls down the field. And that's why you get 66,000 people here. You know, they want to see the ball thrown. They want to see the ball caught. They want to see points scored. So we wanted to give it to them.
Kirby, from a running game standpoint, I think you had 4 different 3rd and 1 type situations. You converted all of them. That was a little bit of a problem last year. Did that stick out to you at all? Did you kind of notice that in real time?
Not really, because we didn't play short yardage defense and we really didn't do short yardage offense. I mean, it'd be easy to say, hey, you converted 4 of those, so why don't you just do that in the game? Well, defensively, they're not going to do what we did. You know, we handicap the defense and we don't let them do. We don't want to show everything that we've got defensively. We don't want to show everything we've got from a formation standpoint. So we limited that. So it's really hard in the red area to stop somebody from running it in. And it's really hard on 3rd and 1 to stop somebody on defense because we're not letting them blitz and do certain things. But it was good that they converted those.
Coach, we've heard a lot this spring about how the offensive line was getting the better of the defensive line. Wasn't necessarily the case today. What did you think about how the defensive line responded in this game?
I was excited. I wanted to see them play hard. You know, I didn't see the same physicality from the offensive line, but I have to be honest. We handcuffed them some because we didn't run the ball as much. That was not the intent of the day. When you have 2 4-minute drills at the end of each half, and you have a running clock, that reduces the opportunity to come out and just be physical and bloody somebody's nose. But I was proud of the way the defensive line played and rushed, and they played hard.
Are you more concerned that the starting offensive line gave up 5 sacks, or more content with the fact that you're starting?
More concerned always. I think that's always the case. You're concerned with that. But again, you know, it's a situation where you're in a lot of passing situations. There's a lot of those situations that if it's a tight ball game, we wouldn't be throwing the ball every snap. We wouldn't have to go 2 minutes before the half. And when you have to go 2 minutes before the half, what does the defense have? Tee off time. So they tee off on it and pin their ears back. But we shouldn't be giving up those sacks, and that's always a concern. And Jacob knows that he's got to take responsibility for some of those. Some of those are coverage sacks. He's got to throw the ball on time. He's got to hit the check down. Let's get the backs the ball. There's 2 or 3 times he missed the backs with the ball that, hey, that can turn into a big play.
But can you assess Jacob's play overall, and also maybe the difference between the first half and the second half when he seemed to be a little more athletic?
Yeah, you know, it's hard to assess sitting out there while you're in the midst of it. I like to watch the tape. I know the numbers indicate he was a little bit below, I guess, 500 throwing it. But again, a lot of those situations dictate that. When the defense knows you're throwing the ball, you're going to throw at a lesser percentage. I think that Jacob understands our offense better. He knows the checks. He knows where to go with the ball. He understands when to put us in the right play, and that part I'm pleased with. You can't judge him just based on today because he throws some electric throws. But then he's got to throw where we go empty, and he makes a bad read, throws an interception there that shouldn't happen to him at this point in time.
Kirby, the game plan pretty much, Nick carried it, just no times, and Sonny just won. That was pretty much the game plan, like you say, not the.
I'll let you figure that one out.
How would you say Jacob's rapport with Javon has grown? It looked like he was targeting him pretty early.
Yeah, I thought they've gotten a little bit better at the timing routes. Javon's such a big guy. He doesn't always get on top of you, but he's hard to cover. I mean, even when he's covered, he's open. And Jacob's done a good job matching him up with, the throw to Jason Stanley, I'm assuming that was Jacob. That was pretty fast. And the corner of the end zone down there. And that's what Jacob's got the capability of doing. We've got to protect, we've got to be able to run the ball to open those things up, but we're trying to challenge him to use his strengths, which his strength is his ability to throw the ball. And certainly if we can run the ball, then we can do some good things offensively.
Kirby, how do you evaluate the star position and J.R. Reed's role in the secondary?
Yeah, the star position's a unique deal. AD had a really good spring there. He did some good things. He got to play a little bit there today. Tyreek and D'Angelo got most of the reps there today. I think anytime you've got a guy like Mo Smith who's played the position for so long, you're going to have some kind of experience drop off. But those two kids, including AD being 3, between those 3, we feel like we can replace that position and get some production. We didn't do a lot with him today. We didn't ask him to do a lot. We didn't blitz him a lot. But I think that we can get what we need out of that position with those 3 guys. It'll be a great battle in fall camp.